Hello, everybody. I okay, just making sure that I hope I can see everybody tonight. You know, loving dealing with this whole retrograde energy. So much fun. Oh my gosh. But I'm hoping that my streaming platform is repaired. It seemed to be okay last week, but I mean, who knows? This is like a whole new week because Mars went retrograde on Friday the 6th. Boy, that was fun, wasn't it? I tell you, one of my friends, she does a lot of theater productions, and she's usually in it or like behind the scenes kind of stuff. And where are my cough drops? And she was telling me she's directing. She's directing like a play, a Christmas play that's going on right now. And so she's doing all this stuff. Where are my other cough drops? Like I'm having to use the Ricola. Okay. Anyway, she's having to do she's doing this production, and they opened on Friday. I feel so bad for her because her entire weekend was just like total chaos, and she was like, okay, I need a drink. And I was just like, I am so sorry. I mean, I didn't look at it before she told me the dates. She just told me that, these were things that she had been working on. When could, if I wanted to come and see it, when did I want to? And I'm like, sure. And I never put two and two together that Mars was going retrograde on the day that she was opening the play that she's directing. So it's fun. It's fun. But let's talk about, excuse me. I swear I'm getting over this cold. Probably not. Let's talk about this Mars retrograde. So I have a lot of notes. Okay. I have a lot of notes. There's so much going on with this Mars retrograde. It's not like Mercury, because Mercury goes retrograde several times a year, right? Mars goes retrograde every 2 years. And it's been big hiccups for me personally. Of course, the last time Mars went retrograde, it went retrograde in Gemini. And anytime Mars is in Gemini, retrograde or not, things like get uncovered, and are things that are being hidden get uncovered. You know what I'm saying? And now we got Mars in Leo, and Mars does like a fire sign. I'll be honest with you. Mars does like a fire sign. Because Mars, the god of war, Mars does like a fire sign. Ha! In the house, we have Gypsy Soul Surfer. I was talking to you guys last week about her healing abilities. So, again, you can find her on Facebook, Gypsy Soul Surfer Becky. And she's on YouTube. So, you may not be able to see her if you're on Facebook. But I'm just letting you know, like, that's who I'm talking about. So, we have this Mars retrograde energy in Leo, so it's very dramatic. It's crazy. There's a lot of drama. And the thing is, with all of this drama, all of this stuff going on, it does not mean that you have to participate. It really does mean that you can step out of other people's drama, other people's like stuff, and you can just be like, okay. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to stay out of the chaos, and I'm going to let them have their moment. Let them cause as much mischief and chaos as they need to. I mean, because this is what is going to happen during this time. We still have Mercury retrograde until the 15th. So, I mean, and oh, bonus, we have Jupiter and Neptune retrograde as well. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Where's the sun right now? I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot to unpack here. Now, in January, we have Mars retrograding all the way back into Cancer. So that means this retrograde is going to get emotional. Boy, that is some fun stuff, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But the reason why I really, really want to talk about this Mars retrograde with Mercury retrograde is because we have a full moon on the 15th when Mercury goes direct. So I want to talk about this chaos. I want to get clear of this chaos energy that that when we see it coming. And hello, Tiffany. Wow. Okay, I can really see everybody on YouTube, but it looks like there's more than 2 of you here. So give me a shout. I mean, if you're lingering, in the shadows on Facebook. I just want to make sure I can see your names. But I do have my phones here ready to log in if I can't see your names. Okay, so leaning into the chaos. It's a lot like when you see a shitstorm. Let's just go there. Okay, when you see chaos, when you see the drama that someone is trying to incite, instead of trying to calm it down or instead of trying to take control and fix the situation, because that's what I do. I'm a good Virgo, Capricorn rising. Let's go in and tidy that shit up. Let's go clean it up and make it nice and neat and have everybody understand what's going on and just clear the air. That's not necessarily what we need to do in that shitstorm, right? And hey, Kathleen, how are you doing, lady? So this is literally in my notes. When chaos happens, and it will from time to time, your first inclination may be to try to clean it up or to fix the situation. But instead of taking action, which with Mars retrograde in Leo, not the time to take action. This is the time to slow your row. This is the time to slow it down and go, hold on. I'm going to think about this. I'm going to think before I act. Do something different than me. Okay? That Gemini moon goes, go, 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 girl. Go, go, go. Jump. You can do it. No. I don't need to be doing that stuff right now. It's not a good idea. Slow it down. Think before you speak. Think before you act. Just stop and process it. Stop and process it and be like, is this supposed to happen to them? Is this supposed to happen? Maybe I'll just sit back here until a weapon presents itself. And then I'll take action. And try to disarm the bad guys. Or maybe I'll just sit back and be like, can I dial 911 from my pocket? Maybe Siri can do that for me. It's always a good time to test Siri, isn't it? But the thing is, you need to, instead of taking action, you need to try letting go. That is not easy. That is not easy for this little Virgo. I say little euphemistically. I'm back on the diet until Christmas. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So, we're going to, instead of taking action, we're going to let go. We're going to let go and let God. However you want to put that, let go, let the universe. We're going to stop and just go, okay. We're releasing control of the situation because this is probably a non-controllable situation. To be honest with you, there's a lot of stuff that's happening right now, and it's a non-controllable situation. So what we need to do is lean into it. Hello, Mel. Scorpio. You gotta love that. I mean, gang's all here, right? God, I love them. I mean, we've got a Sagittarius, 2 Scorpios. Kathleen, Scorpio or Sag? I can't remember, Kathleen. I'm so sorry. But the thing is, we need to release control of the situation and lean into it. Is this supposed to happen? Is it supposed to happen to me? And that's what I've been struggling with, is just watching things go on around me. And I'm like, okay, instead of trying to fix this, I'm just going to let them think what they want. That is really, really hard for me. I just realized that my son left a penguin back here for me. Can you see it? It has a Santa hat. He was trying to decorate my office, his words. And he said it on my client book. That's how I keep up with y'all's numerology right there. You see that? I'm old school. I have your charts in a program, but that's how I keep up with y'all's numerology. Yeah. But he put a penguin with a Santa hat on top of that. I'm surprised one of the cats hadn't knocked it down, but anyway. So look at that, all these Scorpios. So Kathleen, Becky, Mel, look at y'all. And you're surrounding a little Sag there. Hey, lady. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Aquarius. What am I thinking? I was thinking changes, Tiffany. What am I thinking? I'm such an ass. Trying to remember everybody's birthday. Aquarius. All right. So we're back. Penguin on the shelf. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. So anyway, this is what we need to do. We need to lean into it. Now, I say this because that is not easy for me to do. I always think in order to heal the situation, I have to fix it. In order to heal whatever part of me is in the situation, I got to get in there and fix it. I got to do this. I got to do this. No. And let me tell you why. So when we have a hiccup, a major break, a pain, a total shift in energy, whether we have a breakup with a job, a person, a romantic relationship, a friendship, like something going on in your family, which happens to be what's going on with mine right now, is just a major break in relationships. You have to start healing from it, even if you don't get the "I'm sorry, I was wrong," because you will live in that chaos of trying to figure out, oh my gosh, what happened? What caused this chaos? What caused this wreck? What caused this thing to happen? You will live in that chaos forever, because I'm going to tell you right now, you will never figure it all out. You can ask the cards, you can ask your guides, you can pray about it all the live long day, you can meditate on it, you can do all of this stuff, and the answer that you will keep getting is, you need to heal from this. That person is not healed. And you may get some glimmer into them. Again, don't try and fix them. It's not your problem. You can't fix someone else. You have to sit back and just go, this is horrible. This is painful. I'm going to start working through it, because I'm never going to get the apology that I deserve, that maybe in some place you need. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't need it. You don't need it. I am living proof that not getting an apology is not going to kill you. I mean, there's some apologies that I've been waiting for decades. It's not going to happen. And to be fair, I know I am the villain in a lot of people's story. That's fine. I mean, there's a lot of people that have contributed to my villain origin story. It's okay. I look good in black. I look real good in red. But we're not going to talk about that right now. So I'm just saying that you may not get it, but it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. It may make you a little bit stronger, but I don't really like that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger thing. I think you can get stronger off of not having to put up with bullshit too. But most of us have to put up with the bullshit, right? You're literally narrating the story of my life this last week. Oh, I have to love them where they're at. Yes, absolutely. Hello, Suzanne. Mel, I'm so glad. Okay, but I've got more. I'm not done. So I'm going to tell you part of the reason why it takes so long to heal. First of all, any of your relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, family's especially hard. That's a tricky one because we have DNA connection there. Oh, so hard. Even if they're adopted, even if you're adopted, it's still a connection. It is, because the universe recognizes adoptive mothers as mothers when they're sending out angels. So I know there's a connection. It's very tricky. It's a very deep thing here. When you're having a breakup with a job, I'm saying getting fired or quitting or whatever, even if it was your choice or against your will or whatever, all of these things count as a major break or a pain. Okay. So I'm not just talking about like a car accident or, a nuclear bomb like going off in the backyard. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about like the healing and how it is and how it takes so long. Statistically, and I've heard this several different ways, relationships, any kind of relationship that breaks up, it's usually half the time that you were in that relationship that it takes you to heal. Okay, I think that we can draw that out. I've seen that. I have seen that firsthand with some of my clients. And people that says like, they've been in like a 18-year-long relationship, you would go, okay, it's going to probably take them like 8 or 9 years to recover from this. Well, in theory, but if they're really like working on themselves and not inviting the other party back in or not like revisiting, not keep opening up the wound, it could shorten the time, right? But I do have a client that was in an 18-year-long relationship, and I've been talking to her for like 10 years and she ain't even near healing. It's not a good look. She keeps revisiting it. She keeps tearing those wounds back open. Girl, come on. What you doing here? You gonna spend the second half of your life on this man? Just saying. But part of you like how I blotted my lipstick? I'm so creative. I just went, Okay, so I love an XY axis. Hey, Todd. And Chelsea says hi and wants you to know she's a Leo. Oh, Chelsea, I know you're a Leo. I love that. Okay, so I love me an XY axis. Why can't I get the camera to focus? Come on, Canon. There we go. Healing is not linear. Okay, so you see I've drawn my XY axis, right? Now, let's just say we're plotting some points here. Here we start with the major break. I can't do this in the camera. Here we start with the major break, okay? And let's say we start healing, we're doing really good, we move up, right? And then something happens and we remember something bad. So we dip down. But guess what? We didn't dip back down to the source of it. We didn't dip back down so low that it's like pulling us under again, right? Instead, what we do is we find a way to, God, where am I? I can't do this in the camera. We find a way to climb back up out of it and work through some more healing. We level up, right? And then maybe we dip back down. It goes on and on and on like this. That is healing. That is healing. But we're never, do you see where this is? We're never returning back to this. You're never going back to square one. You're never returning back to that. You're just constantly, you get to the point where you're just like, I don't think I can do this anymore. You're telling your angels, you're telling your guides, you're telling, like, whatever deities that work with you, you're telling them, you're like, I just don't think I can do this anymore. I just don't think I can do this anymore. And that's when they tell you to stop and look where you were and look where you are now. You're not in the same place. You're not dipping back down to that same level anymore. You keep rising up. Every time you do dip back down, you rise up a bit higher. You're never going back to where you were, where that pain originated from. That is what's making you stronger. That's why they say it makes you stronger. But we don't know how long this is going to take, right? I mean, is this taking like, a few months, or is this taking a decade? That is also up to you. Where are you getting stuck? Oh, you want to talk about getting stuck? Your girl here knows stuck. I am so familiar with getting stuck in the mud, getting stuck in quicksand. I am so familiar with that. Trying to dig my way out of that and just be like, oh my gosh. I spent an hour on the phone with Becky yesterday, and you know what she reminded me? I got to cut cords with some of this stuff. Duh. Oh my gosh. So what have I been doing today? Pulled out my my gold sheened obsidian and my selenite athamase. So I've been doing a little work, in between cleaning the paint off of a train. And that's like a whole nother story. So if your kids have something called a Posco paint marker, that paint will come off of plastic or metal with a lot of elbow grease and alcohol. Just letting you know. I believe our spirits are forever changed, say for this instance, having been in a narcissistic relationship. Oh my gosh, Suzanne, you're right. Healing is not linear, but it changes us. It changes us. We're never returning to who we were at this point. We're never returning to who we were here. So people will say that if you're the first child, and let's say there's 3 kids in your family, if you're the first child, the second or third child, that none of y'all were raised by the same parents. Even though your parents have never gotten a divorce, it's the same people, right? But your parents, and I can tell you, all of you parents are different with the first kid versus the second and the third. 100%. I can say that 100% right now, because I consider my first child, no offense to all you fellows out there, I consider my first child my husband. I raise him very differently than I raise our first son and our second son. Yeah. So we are very different, right? we're different people because we've already been down this road one time. So when we're healing, it's the same thing. If we meet somebody, let's say this is a marriage breakup. Okay, Suzanne's given me a perfect example of being in a narcissistic relationship. So let's say that this is a marriage breakup here. Okay. Excuse me. I'm never going to get rid of this cough. Y'all, it's here with me forever. I mean, I'm going to sound like a 2-pack-a-day smoker forever. Yeah. Okay. So let's say you start here at the divorce, right? And I'm going the wrong way. Let's say you meet somebody here. Okay. You are a very different person here than you were here. However, what are you still thinking about? You're still thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want that relationship to be the same. I don't want this to happen. What if you meet somebody else and you go, oh my gosh, they're turning into this person. Are you making them into that person? Are you recreating that drama? You're not the same person, so it's not going to be the same. It shouldn't be the same. I'm sorry. I got to turn this fan on and I can't find the switch. But you're not the same person. So look at it and say, it's not going to be the same kind of energy. It's not going to be the same kind of energy. I am inviting in different people because I am not the same person I once was. So Suzanne, if you're looking for a new relationship, and I don't know what your situation is, but if you've been in narcissistic relationships and you start to heal, even if you just start to heal, you're not going to draw in the same energy. Now, if you're not healing, if you're not doing the work, which is really hard, by the way, then you're still going to be back there, right? You're still going to draw in that same energy. But that is in itself creating chaos. That's creating chaos. So look at it and just go, I don't want to be here. What can I do to fix this? I can guarantee you, Spirit is going to bring you something that you can do to help start the healing process. And that's when you just have to lean into it and go, okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to just like travel here? You just need to get on my table and let me clear. Seriously, Becky, I really do need to have Becky work on me. There's certain medications that can cause chronic coughing. I know, and I'm not on any blood pressure medications, but it is like my asthma. And I had that horrible, horrible cold in November, lost my voice, just all this, and ear infection and sinus infection, because I'm so attractive that these infections just wanted to stay with me, So real good. But regardless, the cough is lingering. But I think it does have to do with my asthma, Mel. But I'm so grateful that I'm not on blood pressure medication. I don't even know when the last time I had my blood pressure checked. I mean, when I had an ear infection and stuff, but okay. What are you doing? Mouse. So, but the thing is, we have to, this is a good time to release. This is a good time to lean into the chaos. This is a good time to let go of control. With Mars in retrograde, this is a really good time to do it. And I'm telling you because it's lining up perfectly. It's Mars retrograde in Leo. We can step back away from the drama. We can step back away from, let me see what my notes are. We can step back away from like some of the anger that maybe we've been struggling to work through. Now we just need to step back and go, okay, I'm just going to I'm not going to feed the anger, but I'm not going to try to fix it anymore. I'm not going to try to fix my anger at that situation. I'm just going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm unhappy with the way that went. I'm not going to get my apology. I'm not going to get my thoughtful gesture. This isn't a romance novel. No one is going to find Cruella de Vil. I realize that's not a romance novel, it's Disney, and I'm mixing my metaphors here. But the thing is, no one is going to find the bad guy and point them out to the world. They're not. They're not. Because my bad guy in my story may not be the same bad guy in your story. And again, we're not going to get the apology that we're owed. So we have to find a way to heal. We have to find a way to release, and we have to find a way to just reassess and work through these processes. And again, I'm letting go of the anger, but I'm not just going, okay, what do I need to do to fix it? I'm just going, okay, here we are. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be angry for 6 minutes. And I set the timer on my phone, and I'm not kidding. And then I go, okay, I'm done for the day. I've leaned into it. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not trying to wipe the floor clean. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just stepping back and just going, I am still angry about this situation. I need to feel it, and then but I have to keep going with my day. I have a lot of people that depend on me. I have clients that depend on me, and I have things that I need to take care of. And instead of beating myself up and going, what did I do wrong in these relationships? I have been mentally traveling back for 20 years. Why? Why am I doing that? I don't even know if those people remember my name. Maybe they remember my name and they're so angry with me that I'm like tattooed on their soul, which I hope not. But the thing is, I don't want to be that way for somebody else. I don't want that. I don't want somebody to be so angry with me like that. And but I hope that I would have the opportunity to make amends, but it also may not be for me to make amends. If it's something that I didn't do on purpose, but somebody's just angry with me about, again, I returned to high school with that, and that was in the 80s. Really? Really? Some of my clients weren't even born in the 80s, and I'm doing time travel back into that. But part of that was my ego. Part of that was my ego trying to keep me from doing what I want to do. And I know that sounds weird because everybody goes, "Oh, ego is means you're arrogant." Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because a lot of people believe that the ego is that devil on your shoulder. The ego is trying to feed off of your energy. So if it can make you think that you're better than apologizing, or that you're better than like your next door neighbor or your best friend or your third cousin on your mom's side, whatever, that is, to me, that is the devil, like just like whispering on your shoulder going, like all the time. That's not healing. That's not working through it. And I don't think that we should sweep any of these things under the rug. Pain, anger, I don't think that we should do any of that. The only way is to step back, let go of the control, and just be like, there's anger. I know she's there. She's here. I'm going to sit with her for a minute, but I'm not sure when she's going to show up, but when she does show up, I'm going to sit with her for a minute, but she's not going to take control of me, and I'm not trying to fix her just yet. I'm going to work on healing, because if I start healing, then anger gets smaller and smaller. The pain gets smaller and smaller. I don't even know how to say this. And I kept writing this down. It was the emotional trauma gets smaller and smaller as we heal. We can't sweep it under the rug. It can be its own kind of chaos. We have to just lean into it from time to time. But every time we heal, when we lean into it the next time, it's different. It's different. It's not the same as it once was. We're in a different place with that emotional trauma, with that anger, with that pain. We're in a different place with it. And we just keep leaning into it for a minute, and then we rise up. Then we rise above it. And I know I'm doing this backwards because I can't see what the hell I'm doing. And then we rise up. We come up out of there, drop down for a minute, sit with it, right? And then we rise up. And every single time we rise up, this gets smaller and smaller. And it's not nearly the giant thing that it was down here. That is healing. That's leaning into the chaos. It is not easy in any way, shape, or form. And I tell you this because I have been inundated by this. I'm wearing this shirt fearless because fear has consumed me this year. This is an 8-year. At the beginning of 2024, actually, it was the end of 2023, I was going to town about how awesome this 8-year, this 44 8-year was going to be. And we could manifest it. You could make it. And one of my clients reminded me of this. And hey, Lynn, how are you? One of my clients reminded me of this on YouTube. She commented in her life path number. She was like, well, you did say we could either, this is our life. We could either make it chicken shit or chicken salad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I did say that. Yes. I got that from a movie in the 80s, by the way. But this is something that we could do this year. And whatever we were manifesting, or this was also a year of reap what you've sown. This was whatever we were thinking about, whatever we were doing, we were putting that into abundance. And I'm wearing this shirt fearless because I put a lot of fear into myself this year. I put a lot of unnecessary stress into myself this year. I was trying to work against myself because I was so afraid of new projects. I was so afraid of moving into a new place. I was so afraid of it because every time I've done it for the last few years, 6 years or so, chaos has followed. Shit's gotten weird. I didn't want that to happen again. And I was petrified, but I was just like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It really wasn't. It wasn't. But I had stalled in my healing. I had stopped because I didn't want anyone to see. I didn't want anyone to see this. I didn't want anyone to see how bad it rattled my cage. I didn't want anyone to see how bad the last 6 years, what had been going on with me. I didn't want anybody to see that. Why? I tell you guys every damn thing. I mean, I got a cat named Mouse bouncing all over the place back here, and Mercury, who's laying on the heater right now. I mean, I didn't want to see that. However, people saw it. People that knew me really well saw it. And they were just like, is it though? Are you okay? Is everything fine? And so when I started pulling back the layers and started realizing it's not. And it didn't take long. It didn't take long into this year that everything shut down for me. And I had to go back. Yeah, because I had faked my way. I don't even want to say faked it. I don't think I ever left here, but I was masking it. I had to go back to here and I had to climb. I had to lean into the chaos. I had to lean into it and I had to let go of control. Isn't that what they tell you when you hydroplane your car? When you hit black ice, or you hydroplane your car, I think it is black ice. They tell you to stop. Don't try to control the car. Like, I'm not saying release your hands off the steering wheel, but they tell you not to like try to overcompensate, because that's like when your car will flip. And that's a natural reaction, isn't it? That is a natural instinct. What did I write here? Your first inclination. That's your first inclination. That's not what we need to do. We need to just go, oh, I don't have control of this anymore. And just lean into it. It sucks. And I like control. I like to know how the story ends. When I read a book, the first thing I do is I'll check out the first chapter and then I flip to the end. I'm not even kidding. I read the last chapter of every book ever, including Jane Austen's books the first time I read those. And that's been 35, 40 years. Oh my gosh, I'm not young. I mean, I love Jane Austen, but I did that in high school. I flipped to the end because I needed to see who ended up with who, because I wasn't going to read another Bronte book that ended so sadly. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Life is sad. I don't need this. I like to know how things are going to end. I like to put a big bow on it. I like to make sure everything is going to be good, and that's not how it works. That's not how life works. That's not the nuances. That's not the things that happen that give us a lot of flavor, is it? So working through this has been really challenging for me. There's been a lot of videos online. There's been a lot of people here that have been so amazing. I mean, a lot of people that have just checked on me and been like, hey lady, where's your videos? What's going on? It's been very uplifting, but there was a lot of things that I needed to work through, that I needed to heal. And it didn't involve anybody else but me. Nobody else. Not former friends, former business partners, former relationships, family members. None of that has been going on in my life for the last 6 years. It had nothing to do with anybody but me. And that's been the thing that I had to really lean into, is, did I cause this tailspin? Did I cause the chaos? Yeah, I did, because I didn't heal to begin with. I talk about this stuff. I preach about it. I have tons of things that you do for healing, for working through practices. And I hear people, like one lady that I used to work with would blow smoke all the time, and say, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm holding space for them. I don't even think she knew what the hell that meant. I'll be real honest with you. Holding space, I don't think you know what that means. Holding space for somebody is coming over to their house and sitting in the same room with them, not helping them exercise their demons, but watching them paint, watching them create a disaster area with paint because they don't know what they're doing, but just sitting there and watching them and being there for them. Not trying to fix it, not trying to take them out of the chaos, not trying to do anything, just being like, yeah, I'm here. You let me know. I'm gonna let you work out your demons. I'm gonna let you do all that. I'm gonna be here for you. And it's just an example. But it's that kind of thing. Because one of my friends said that was the best healing thing for her, is somebody came to her house and just watched her unpack books. They didn't try to get involved. They didn't try to do anything else. They just sat and they were just letting her work through her stuff. Thank you, Mort. I appreciate that. Yes, Kathleen, I love that. We listen, we don't judge. That is a great place. That's a great space holder for you. But somebody who's just like babbling, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm going to hold space for them. No, it's because they don't want to do shit. It's because they literally don't want to help that person. Okay, just say, I don't have time for all that noise. I'm stepping out of your chaos. I'm stepping out of your drama. That's fair. That's fair. You don't have to be in my stuff. But don't just like, I mean, I see that all the time. I mean, there's so many people online that when you are trying to work through a lot of stuff and you're looking at these people online and you're just like, oh my gosh, they're holding space for me. No, somebody holding space for you is literally sitting outside of your chaos, sitting outside of your drama without, like Kathleen is saying, without judging, just listening and just being like, you know what? I'm here. You want to clean out your closet? I'll sit here. I'm going to let you work through it. You let me know. I'm here. You let me know. I'm not going anywhere. But you let me know. I'm here. It's fantastic. And those are the kind of people that will help you rise up. Those are the kind of people that will help you rise up and get out of like one space that you're stuck in. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that will help you come out of the chaos. And the thing is, all you have to do is let go of control sometimes, because you're just like, I think I'm supposed to learn something here. I think this is a time that I'm just like, I'm supposed to get this. And that's when all of a sudden I get it. And I'm like, okay. Because I, honest to God, did not realize until about April that I had not been healing. I'm going to be real honest with you. I had no idea, because I had masked it so much for myself. There's a funny video where the lady holds up her hands like she's voguing, saying, I'm holding space. Oh my gosh, I know. I could see that. I don't think they understand it. Because I think part of it is that they've never had anybody do it for them. But how can you be a healer if you haven't healed through your own trauma? And I don't think that we ever completely heal from our traumas. But the thing is, it's like when people come to me and they're like, I want to be a self-empowered bitch. I don't know why people say that shit all the time. I'm like, really? Do you want that? Do you want that? Because you know what that means? That means you have to go through a lot so that you can empower yourself to get out of that situation. That's what that means. You don't really teach self-empowerment. You can show examples of it, but you can't, like, I can't teach Becky or Kathleen or Mort or Lynn or Mel or Tiffany. I can't teach any of these people how to be self-empowered. I can give them examples. I can show them, here's one avenue. Yours may not look like this, But all you can do is be there for somebody. You can show examples of how to be that kind of empowered woman or man or person, whatever, but you you can't teach it. I can't just be like, I'm doing a seminar on how to be self-empowered. Well, okay, that means I am inviting a lot of unhealed people to this seminar. And first, we got to get through some healing. First, you have to work through some of this stuff. That's empowerment. I'm telling you, like, I've been through all of these, like a whole bunch of these videos and stuff, and these people are throwing around these buzzwords and stuff, and I'm like, I am worried. I'm worried because there's a lot of 20-year-old, I'm not judging, there's a lot of 20-year-olds out there that I'm like, how much have you been through? Because I know how much I've been through at 20, but I don't know. I could be wrong, and I'm not saying that they haven't been through a lot, but there's a lot of people out there that are very young, and they're telling people that they're holding space and they're going to teach you how to be self-empowered. And I don't think they've had a major break yet. I don't think they've had that major trauma happen. And again, I don't know that for sure. It's just a guess. It's just one woman's opinion. But the thing that I will tell you is lean into the chaos. Lean into the situation and just be like, damn it, I feel angry. Damn it, I feel hurt. I feel pain. I feel betrayed. And just be like, okay, I feel this way. But I still got to feed my animals. I still got to do the laundry. I still got to take care of my family. I still have a job to do. I still have clients depending on me. I don't know what all you guys do, but somebody somewhere is depending on you for something. You feel anger, you feel betrayed. Go for a walk. Hang out with that for a minute. And then say, okay, it was nice to spend time with you this morning. I got to get to work. Catch you tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see how that shakes out. Lean into it. Don't ignore it. Let go of that control. For me, it sneaks up on me like at odd times, like I try to stay as busy as I can. Okay. I have tried to stay as busy as I could because I didn't want to think about anything. And then I started going, all right, we got to slow down. Again, Mars retrograde is making us slow down. The first thing that we're doing is we're slowing down from the drama. We're slowing down on the trauma. We're stopping before we're taking action. We're stopping before we speak, before we do something about it, before we try to clean up the mess or somebody else's or our own or whatever. We're going to stop and we're going to lean into the chaos a little bit and just be like, okay, is what's happening supposed to happen so that I can heal? Let's step back. Then Mars is going to retrograde back into Cancer in January. It's not really that far away. And here's a little treat. Before that, Mars retrograde is going to be in opposition of Pluto, which is going to be in Aquarius. Oh, yeah. Isn't that fun? I mean, lots of good stuff happening. I've got some notes on it. Hang on. That actually takes place on January 3rd. Wow, that's so great. So really looking forward to that. Because as Mars retrograde in Leo opposes Pluto. It's in opposition. And Pluto is power, transformation. This is going to whip us into a little bit of a frenzy. So again, if we need to stop and count to 10, 50, 150, or even 150,000 if you are an Aquarius, yeah, you know who you are. This is going to be it's going to be interesting. We had a little bit of a preview of it because November 3rd of this year, Mars was in direct opposition of Pluto, and Pluto was in Capricorn. So just a little bit of a preview. Two different signs, same planets. But this is there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. When Mars retrogrades back into Cancer, all this stuff about the drama and the anger and all the things that we associate with fire signs, passion, all of that is going to be moved into the very emotional category with Cancer. So with Mars going retrograde into Cancer, it's going to switch all of this up, and we're going to be like real emotional about this because Mars is not fond of being in water signs. Okay? Mars prefers being in fire signs because he rules Aries. God of War rules Aries. He likes being in fire. Being in a water sign is a little too sappy for our friend Mars. So this is going to be super fun because he is retrograding until February 23rd. He'll start moving forward again, but it's going to take him just a minute to get out of Cancer and move back into Leo. I'm telling you, really, really glad that Mars only goes retrograde every 2 years because this is a doozy. And I think that this is a really, really excellent time for us to unpack this stuff, for us to like really make some inroads into our healing by letting go and releasing control. Lean into the chaos. Release control. And this is actually going to help you move forward. It doesn't seem like it because, again, your first inclination is going to be to, let me step in, let me clean this up, let me fix it, let me just do this. No, step back, let go, and wait until it straightens up again. Wait until and it will. Wait until that tailspin that you've slid on black ice, wait until it straightens up. Don't try to overcorrect. Don't try to clean it up. Just slow it down. Move forward. That's what Mars retrograde is. Moving forward can be challenging. Slow it down. Mercury is retrograde until the 15th. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 15th. Please take this opportunity. Take this opportunity to manifest these next few days. And then on the 15th, let your manifestations go and start your journey with releasing. That's a part of healing. Healing is not linear. We manifest, we release. We manifest, we release. It's not linear. And yes, manifesting, healing, it can be also manifesting. So, this Friday, push your manifestations out, get them out there, and just be like, okay, I'm done. Because starting on Saturday, you can wait until Sunday. There's no rules here. I'm not in a hurry. Just as long as you start it before we hit the new moon. The second new moon of the month, by the way, which is our black moon, and it's very, very powerful, okay? So we're going to let go on Saturday, have a little ritual with it. Let go, say, okay, now I'm going to start releasing. I'm going to start releasing these people, places, and things, these situations. You don't have control over them. You're not going to get your apology. You're not going to get that rescue that's in those beautiful novels. No one is going to come and chain up Cruella de Vil. It's okay, though. It's okay, because Cruella de Vil, all those villains that are part of your story that may not be villains in somebody else's story, they're not your problem. The only thing that you have to the only thing that you have to work on and release and let go of is your pain, whatever flavor that is, like the hurt, the betrayal, the fear, all of that. You're just going, okay, I'm letting go of the anger. Work through it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Don't sweep it under the rug, okay? Control on whose side, me or the other person. You can't control the other person. Mort, you cannot control the other person. Anything happening on January 7th? Oh, yes, because January 6th is when Mars moves back into Cancer. Thank you for reminding me of that, Mort. Mort Alley? I like that. Mort Alley. Mort Alley. Sorry, it sounds like mortality, and I know that's not what we're saying here, Mort. Just wanted to say it like that. I am so hilarious. Oh my gosh. Have you guys seen my TikToks? I've been messing with my cousin. I just finally started posting them on YouTube because I was working with these people that were helping me like boost my stuff. And they were like, why aren't you posting this to YouTube too? Because I forgot. I am messing around with my cousin and I am having a blast. I have his coffee cup. And I've taken that coffee cup everywhere. In fact, its next adventure is going to be at IKEA. So stay tuned to Metaphysical Roundtable's TikTok and my YouTube shorts. This is his favorite coffee cup, by the way. I am hilarious. I mean, it's not a contagious thing. I know not everybody sees that. That's okay. But I know how funny I am. He's been texting me too. I've been sending him the TikTok links. He's an Aries. I love to mess with him. It's so perfect. And yes, Courtney, releasing control. That is spoken like a true Leo. So it's not easy. And I'm going to tell you, and I think I said this in the numerology, the cardinal signs, no, the fixed signs are getting hit first. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Y'all are getting hit first. You're in it right now. Next, okay, Aquarius is still in it because Pluto's in Aquarius. Next is going to be the cardinal signs. So Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are getting hit next when Mars goes back into Cancer. So you'll get a little bit of a break. All of you fixed signs in here. A lot of Scorpios here today. I love that. I can't believe I forgot Tiffany is an Aquarius. I'm sitting here calling her a Sagittarius. She's probably going blasphemous. I mean, I love that. It's just so funny. But I tell you, I made a little TikTok. I haven't posted it yet about how when an Aquarius calls my work phone, it's like I have a bat signal. and I will run to the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's an Aquarius on the phone that needs to talk to me. Oh my gosh. You know, they always have something funny to say. I mean, even if they don't think it's funny, it's just like, I feel like every time an Aquarius gets on the phone with me, they start by just going, oh shit, let me tell you what's happening now. And I'm like, ah, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But Aquarians, y'all are getting ready for huge changes because Pluto is going to be in your sign for 20 years. So if you have Aquarius sun, moon, or rising, get ready. I can say that because Pluto was in my rising sign for like 15, 16 years. And oh my gosh. Yeah. Didn't expect to be here. So, you know, I thought I'd be teaching biology somewhere. That's what I thought I'd be doing. But instead, I'm sitting here talking to y'all about healing. And the biologists that I used to work with, and even the chemists that I used to work with, they thought this part of my life was hilarious. They were like, what? I can't believe you do that and this. This is like real science. That's not like real. I was like, really? When's your birthday? I know. But that's okay. Love doing that. But it really did. I thought that I'd be teaching biology. So instead, I'm sitting here telling you guys how I've been not healing for a while. There's Mercury. Hey, Mary. Isn't she pretty? I'm interested in how you time travel back and help yourself heal. Okay, this is a good one, Mort. Before I go, I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been writing letters to my younger self. I've been writing letters to the 6-year-old, the 8-year-old. I've been writing letters because when I start thinking about things that happened that, like, I feel like I messed up, or I feel like I caused a huge problem, or I hurt someone, or someone hurt me, I've just been writing letters to my younger self. And I mean, it's not really coherent to anybody except for me and my younger self. But I feel like I'm in that position that maybe I can help heal us both. Oh, love this about Becky. Okay, I do Reiki. Becky does Reiki a lot. Okay. Becky says add distance Reiki to those letters to yourself. That is excellent. That is excellent. That is such a great idea. Becky is on YouTube. I'm looking at everybody in the chat on Facebook and YouTube, just to let you know. So yeah, that's a really good question, and I didn't think about saying that, Mort. But yeah, that's excellent. And I will tell you that it's not. My teenage years were a lot. I mean, oh my gosh, it was a lot. And so it really has like taken a lot. And the thing is, like, I didn't heal from my teenage years until I was in my late 20s. So there was a good 10-year period there where I was just like walking around completely unhealed, like just being a menace, just causing a lot of chaos and being a menace. And I think that's what stopped me this time, is instead of being all chaotic and causing like all this pain to other people because I wasn't healed, I think that spirit really was just like, hey girl, remember what happened a long time ago? Let's revisit that, because now you can stop it. Now you can be like, okay, I've taken these consecutive hits, but I'm not going to keep going on unhealed. I learned decades ago, I learned that this is not how we need to move forward. Oh, yes, I burned the letter. I burn the letter. I burn the letter. I scatter the ashes. If you don't live in like in a house with a yard, or if you live in a townhouse or an apartment or anything, you can burn the letter in a sink and like wash the ashes down the sink or flush them. It sends them away, obviously. If you have a potted plant or if you have access to a park, you can dump the ashes in like the park or the plant. Um, I just I like to just send it out. And I ask my guides to send it, I'm like, okay, I'm releasing it. And the only way I can release things is usually with fire. But a lot of people release with water, so it's a very personal thing. So I release with fire, I let it go, I send it back, and I ask my guides to carry it back to my younger self, to carry it back and just be like, you're okay. You're okay. It's not perfect, but you're okay. I know. But I'm going to go back and do some distance Reiki because the letters I've already written, I think I can do some distance Reiki with the letters I've already written. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you how this has helped me. I am moving forward on projects that I stalled. I'm moving forward on projects that I stalled. A project with a podcast, a project with Becky, a project with myself. I had 3 different projects going, and I was afraid. I was afraid that it was gonna like something else was gonna fail, something that I had just poured like everything into. And then I found this lady online that she does like she does a bunch of stuff like online, but I think she does a lot of like makeover, like room makeover kind of stuff. And she said it was really heartbreaking when she gave up a career that she loved, but that it just wasn't it it wasn't good for her anymore. And I was like, oh, I mean, I don't feel like I'm giving up a career that I love. I feel like I need to give up the fact and just that something didn't work out. But maybe it's working out the way it's supposed to. Like maybe I wasn't supposed to be part of a band. Maybe I was supposed to be a solo artist. But having like, solo artists, what do? They do collaborations along the way, right? I mean, Beyonce sang with Lady Gaga. I mean, Beyonce, Virgo. Yeah, I'm proud to claim that. Yeah. But I mean, there's collaborations there. But it it doesn't have to be a failure. It just made me feel better. It did. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can also get my cat off my printer. Do you have to be right there? Yeah, but I found her because I was trying to make a new blind for my window here, because the cats keep tearing down my blinds. They need to see out. And I get that. I understand. But I need that blind there because damn it, when I'm recording, I need it to be like I need to have control of the light in here. Yeah, control. But so I found her because I needed to make a blind. Yeah, you did that. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm boring you guys now. I thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Remember, healing is not linear. We got a lot of chaos happening right now with Mars going retrograde on last Friday. It's already here. It is. We got a lot of chaos going on. Lean into it. Lean into this healing energy that is coming to you. Lean into the fact that your cats are going to tear your shit up. This is Mercury. Hey. But lean into it. That's the only way that you're going to get through this chaos and heal. Okay? Find the people that truly hold space for you. Find the people that truly let you work your process. And then keep going. I know you're going to be tired and you're going to be like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep doing this. Yes, you can. Look how far you've come. Always look how far you've come. Don't look back and stay back there, but look how far you've come. I know. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, this pain, this anger, this betrayal, this trauma, this emotional just turmoil is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's not as big as it was. It's not. It's good. It's good. All right. And it's going to help you find your true calling. And this is perfect to do because next year is a 9-year and next year is about releasing. It's about transition. It's about change. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm so excited about that too. I love all numbers. So I can't sit here and go, any of these are my favorite numbers or whatever. But next year is a 9-year. So if you want to see like what a 9-year is going to kind of look like for you, 2016 was a 9-year. So you can kind of take a look at that. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. It has been delightful having all of you here. And oh yeah, I'm gonna put the numerology for 2025. I'm gonna do it a little bit early, just because there are so many retrogrades, and you know, shit gets weird, man. I mean, we're gonna be in the shadow of Mercury. Mercury goes direct on Friday. We're gonna be in the shadow of that stuff until almost New Year's. So I'm going to put it out just a little bit early. So next week, I'm probably going to have the video of just like the 9 numerology coming out. And then before Christmas, I'll have, of course, like everybody's life path numbers coming out. And but I am very excited about next year. This year was the year of the was it the year of the dragon? That was last year. Oh my gosh, why am I so lost? I just totally forgot. Next year is the year of the snake, though. I can tell you that. Next year, year of the snake. Yeah. So let's see how that goes. All right, you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Have a great full moon in Gemini this Friday. And until we see each other again, what are you going to do? Get out there and make your magic. Bye, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Y'all rock the Casbah.